Okay, so Ecclesiastes chapter 4:13, as we do our word search on better. We went through Psalms, we went through Proverbs, and now we're in Ecclesiastes. So 4:13, go ahead.
Better a poor but wise youth than an old but foolish king who no longer knows how to heed a warning.
So, what's better, a king who's old, but he's foolish, or to be young and wise, and yet you don't have much? So, even though you're poor and wise, even though you're poor and young, it's better to be wise than to be rich and old and yet foolish. Do you know people who are rich and old and yet they do foolish things?
Yeah, that's me.
What's that?
Yeah. Sorry, I had to say that.
What, Diane? I didn't catch
Rich
you.
and foolish.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm just joking, of course.
I didn't hear you. You got cut off.
Oh, did I? Wonder
What
what
did you
happened.
say?
That was it.
I still don't know what you said, so.
Again, I got cut off. I wonder if it's my.
No, just tell me what you said.
I said that's me. You said, do you know anybody that's old,
anybody who's
rich and foolish,
and old
and foolish?
foolish?
Yeah. I said, yeah, that's me.
Okay, I know you're joking, Diane.
Yes.
Anybody know anybody who's rich and old?
Good afternoon.
I think I've
Pastor.
flashed.
Hello, Ophelia. We're in Ecclesiastes 4:13.
Some of those people throughout life.
What's that, Diane?
I think I've experienced people like that throughout life.
Yeah,
and they're never happy.
Well, it's interesting that you'd think just because they're rich and old that
would be enough.
That would be enough, and they'd be wise.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll do foolish things even at that old age. So, what's better? You might not be rich, you could be poor, but you're young and you have wisdom. It's better to have those characteristics than to go with the person, the old one, the old person. So better to be with someone who's young and wise than to be with someone who's old and foolish.
And you don't often see the young and wise either, but it happens.
Yeah, it's good to be able to have a keen eye for that. Look for wisdom. That's the most important thing. Whether they're young and old, look for wisdom. Don't let the foolish, don't let the riches fool you.
Yeah.
Look for the wisdom. And again, what is wisdom for us? Doing what is right in the eyes of God. That's always going to be wisdom, when you're doing what's right in the eyes of God. Who cares what the world thinks? So that's one, okay? Anybody else have any thoughts before I move on? Ecclesiastes 4:13, the verse we just covered. How about Ecclesiastes 5:5?
Okay, Pastor. It is better not to make a vow than to make one and not fulfill it.
Okay, so in this culture and in the historical context, vows were being made. I don't know if vows are being made in the modern day. Does anybody make any vows in the modern day?
Marriage vows.
Yeah, there's that one for sure.
Marriage vows, yeah. Any other kind of vows besides marriage vows?
Hmm.
I hear about people who make vows when they're in a desperate situation. God, if you let me live from this crisis, I vow I'll serve you for the rest of my life. You ever heard of something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me too.
That kind of vow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, yeah.
When they're in desperate, God, if you let my daughter live, I vow that I will serve you for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So those type of vows. Uh, we looked at the vow that marriage is very common. So vows were taken very seriously back then, and unfortunately, especially here in the United States, maybe it's not taken as seriously. But the idea of making a vow was part of the culture, and when you make a vow, what is it saying here? It says better
Should
not
not
to make a
make
vow.
a vow. Then to make one and break it.
Yeah, that's common sense for us. So if you're going to make a vow and you're going to break it, it really makes you look bad. And we don't want that. We don't want you to have a bad name because you made a vow and now you're not keeping it. So people simply dishonor you, they disrespect you, they reject you because you made a foolish vow. And if you make a vow to God, it's definitely not good to make a vow to God and then not keep it. Pretty serious, right? To walk or have this kind of attitude where you make a vow and it's no big deal. You're okay with breaking your vows. So the wisdom that we're getting from verse 5 is it's better not to make a vow.
Mhm.
Don't make vows. Jesus puts it this way: don't swear by heaven or earth. What is it? Heaven or earth? If you're
Mhm.
familiar with that verse, but this idea of making vows, you guys might find yourself in a crisis situation, and you might be like that. You might make a vow because of the desperate situation you find yourself, and just know that when you make that vow, you'll do everything you can to keep that vow, even if it's going to hurt you. What do you think? Anybody else have any thoughts about better not to make a vow than to make one and then not keep it?
Well, Hannah made a vow with the Lord, and to have a son, and that son was Samuel, and she vowed to make, that he would serve the Lord all the days of his life, and that's exactly what she did. She kept her vow.
She kept her vow. That was a serious vow.
Yeah, that's hard to give up your kid.
Give up your child and let them grow up in the temple.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so Hannah made a vow like that.
Mhm.
Uh, that's a good biblical example. So, baby Catherine had something that you found. Go ahead, baby Catherine. What did you find?
Oh, it's to Pastor Bert. It's in James and Matthew. I'm sorry, Matthew 5:34.
Let's go with James. What do you have?
Okay, in James is, but above all, my brothers, do not swear either by heaven or by earth or by any other oath, but let your yes be yes and your no be no, so
Okay.
that you may not fall under condemnation.
Oh, okay. So, practical advice: don't fall under condemnation. You don't
Mhm.
just let your yes be yes and your no be no. Just keep it that simple. And then you found another one in Matthew. Wow, she's busy. She's reading, she's searching. Wow. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
It's in NIV. Um, But I tell you, do not swear on oath at all, either by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by the earth. And then verse 35, or by
Yeah.
the earth, or for it is footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king.
Okay. So the idea of let your yes be yes, just say yes. Let your no be no. Don't go around saying, I swear to God, I'm telling you the truth. You don't need to talk that way.
Yeah, that's when you know they really lying. Yeah.
True, right?
I agree,
Uh,
sis. I agree.
it's just a simple yes be yes, no be no. You don't need to go beyond that. And in fact, there's a spiritual battle going on if you go beyond that. Just good wisdom to take. So when you're processing this idea of making a vow, you're better off not making one. And if you do, you better be committed to keeping that vow. Now, if you're a person who made a vow and then weren't able to keep it, or you broke it, what are you going to do? What's there left? Well, there's still forgiveness available. So you can still seek God's forgiveness. Okay? That's forgivable. Anybody else have any thoughts before we go into the next verse in Ecclesiastes? Okay, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 3.
Okay, verse 3. A man may have 100 children and live many years. Yet, no matter how long he lives, if he cannot enjoy his prosperity and does not receive proper burial, I say that a stillborn child is better off than he.
Again, the tone of uh, Solomon in Ecclesiastes is you're better off never even being born than to suffer the kind of pain when you don't receive a proper burial or you can't enjoy all that money you work hard for.
That's quite dark, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the tone of Ecclesiastes. He remember the tone in Ecclesiastes is a man. It's like a man who's jaded. He's seen it all, and nothing in life. It's almost like he's saying, "I've been there, done that." And when you really think about life, it's all meaningless, chasing after the wind, right?
And might as well say it like it is.
He repeats it, and I
Yeah.
believe this is a thought. I don't think it's any theological idea. It's just a person. He's known here as the philosopher or the teacher or the preacher, and he's just telling it like it is. In life, you might have all these high expectations, and he's bringing your expectations down by saying everything's meaningless. So don't get too caught up on thinking you want that idealistic life where you live happily ever after with God. It's not always going to be like that.
Yeah.
That is a strong
What are
one.
you going to do about it? Are you just going to be okay with it, or are you going to keep striving to achieve the heights of life? And here he says, "I've been there. I went, and I pursued those things, and still empty." And remember, his philosophy is: you have food to eat, enjoy it. You have drink, enjoy that. You have work or activity, then enjoy that. Thank God for the things that he's given you. That's it.
Yeah, my attention here, Pastor, is about he doesn't even have a decent burial. That's so
Okay.
sad,
Your translation? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because I
it
think
happens. There are people who die and don't have a decent burial, or there's nobody there to honor that person at their death.
Is it proper for us that while we are alive, we have to, save some money, for our burial? Because we will all die instead of relying to your children. I think that's the best way. Save
Yeah, I mean,
money.
the question is, how do you want to have an elaborate funeral, or are you okay with just having?
Even, Pastor, even if it's not elaborate funeral, it's very expensive now to be buried. You
Yeah,
need the lot, you need the
yeah, especially
coffin
here
and
in America.
everything.
Sure. Yeah, and I don't know where else around the world. Maybe in the Philippines it's cheaper. So anyway, there you go. About 5-5. Let's read it one more time just to cap it.
It's 6:6:3,
Oh,
Pastor.
I'm sorry. What?
Chapter 6:3.
6-3. Sorry. A man may have 100 children. Not all 100 children are going to honor you. That hurts. And live many years. You might live a long time. How many here want to live up to 100 years old or 105 years old?
Not me.
Because if you live that long, then you're gonna have to hire somebody to change your diaper.
Yep, you're gonna be old and pissy. That's right. Old and pissy.
Oh, yeah.
And the question is, do I really want to live that long where somebody's
Nope.
changing my diaper? But it happens. We can't control how long we're going to live.
It's up to God when He's
So-
going to call us.
So wanting to live a long time, that's another question. If he cannot enjoy his prosperity, you might have a lot of money, but you can't enjoy it. They say your health is your wealth.
Yeah.
And if you are struggling with health issues, well, it's hard to enjoy all that money that you have accumulated. And so a proper burial, okay, something to take into consideration. I say that a stillborn child is better than he. What else does it say? It comes without meaning, it departs in darkness, and in darkness its name is shrouded. Though it never saw the sun or knew anything, it has more rest than does that man, even if he lives 1,000 years. Oh, there you go, 1,000 years. Could you imagine living for 1,000 years? Twice over, but fails to enjoy his prosperity. Do not all go to the same place. He's laying out the argument and the philosophy that takes into consideration that you can pursue all these things in life and you're going to end up in the same place as a stillborn child. The stillborn child.
Yeah.
Never got to really see the light of life.
Mm-hmm.
And the philosopher, he's saying that person's better off. And to some extent, yeah, he doesn't have to face all the problems we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 hots and a cot.
What did you say, Daphne?
I said 3 hots and a cot.
3 huts.
Hots. Hot.
H-U-T-S, huts.
Hots.
Oh, 3 hots and a cat.
In a pot.
And a cot.
Oh, and a cot.
What? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't either.
3
I don't
hots
either.
and a cot.
Mm-hmm.
You might need to explain that more, or if it's going to take a while to explain, we can talk about it after class.
3 meals and a place to sleep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. That's
know
like
that.
That means just enjoy your life then.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Whatever way you look at it,
This
right?
is an argument for just be content. Be content with food that you have. Anybody here starving to death?
No.
The prayer is, give us this day our daily bread. You
Yeah.
got more than enough food.
Yeah.
How about drink? Are you thirsty and dying of thirst? No. Well, that's from God, so enjoy your food and drink. And then any work or activities you have, thank God that you have work.
Right.
So those are things we can be thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go on to the next verse. Ecclesiastes 6:9.
Better what the eye sees than the roving of the appetite. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind.
What do you think of that
Enjoy
verse?
what you have rather than desiring what you don't have. Can I read mine, Pastor?
Yeah, I just heard you read it. Read it for every.
Enjoy what you have rather than desiring what you don't have. Just dreaming about nice things is meaningless, like chasing the wind.
So here is his repeated verse. It's meaningless. It's
Yeah.
like chasing after the wind. You'll never catch it.
Yeah.
This idea of better what the eye sees, as if to say, it's better to be content with what you already have
Yes.
than
Dreaming.
having these, mine says, roving eyes of the appetite, dreaming for desiring something better, something more, and you keep wanting something better or something more, and you're never satisfied. No, stop that. It's better to be content and grateful for what you already have.
Yes.
It's a good wake up call for all of us. Be grateful for what you already have.
Yeah.
Stop trying to strive for more, 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 never satisfied. I want more, more, more. So there you go with verse 9, 6, 9. And he says, and if you do strive for more, 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 it's like chasing after the wind and it's all meaningless. Wow. It really simplifies our life to the basics of life: food, drink, and activity or work. Let's see, 7:1.
Okay. A good name is
You know what?
better.
Let me just say something. Ecclesiastes actually has a lot, but we're at 7:1. We have a lot more to go. Go ahead.
A good name is better than fine perfume, and the day of death better than a day of birth.
Here he goes again.
Yeah. Right
Okay,
on point.
so here we are again. Wisdom and a good name is better. A good name is better than perfume. Everybody, I'm not really into perfume, but those who enjoy perfume smells, it's very pleasant. And sometimes there's this aromatherapy where when you smell something good, it affects your mood. Okay. But there's something better than that. And what's better than that is having a good name. Do you guys understand that you should pursue a good name?
Yeah.
It's something like this. When people mention your name or when they're talking about you, they have good feelings. They smile. They are very positive and in respectful terms. And that's how they talk about you, with respectful terms. And obviously, it's good people's opinion, not the bad guys. But when you think about having a good name, you have a good reputation, and people talk about you with favor. And if you know that's the way it is, that's the way you should live. Live in such a way that people respect and honor who you are, because I put it in simple terms. You're a person who keeps their word. You're a man of your word is the common phrase. When that person says it, they mean it. And I trust them to fulfill what they say or what they promise. You ever know people who said, okay, I'll meet you on this date at this place, and you go and they never show up? Have you had that experience?
Yeah, and it's very, very rude.
Yeah, especially back then when you didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, when are they going to arrive? You've been waiting and they never tell you. They never gave you a heads up. So they said they were going to show up, but they never did. So you want to be a person who has a good name. Keep your word, even if it's to your hurt. At least, yeah, it's going to hurt me to pay that person what I owed him, but I'm better off paying them maybe extra because I've done something to make them wait too long. I'm doing this, internally you're saying I'm doing this so that I'm keeping a good name, as opposed to, I don't have to pay them. I hope they forget.
Yep.
Usually, you notice when you lend money, the borrower forgets,
No, they don't, Pastor Bert.
and the lender remembers, hey, you owe me, right? And maybe they're forcing themselves to forget, whatever reason it is, but
They remember. They
they don't
remember.
pay. They don't pay.
That's
They're
right.
keeping their word. They said, I'll pay you back, lend me this, so forth, and they don't pay back. And so now they have a bad reputation.
Yeah, and it's not because they forgot.
Okay, well, only God knows their heart.
Yeah.
A good name is better than fine perfume, and the day of death better than the day of birth. He is touching on that theme again, that we get to times where everything is so negative or very sad that it seems like it's better to have that day of death than being born.
Mm.
Yeah, right? Well, obviously, we're taught to enjoy the life that God has given us. Whoever of you loves life desires to see many good days. So we should enjoy the life that God has given us, but there's moments when it seems like the day of death is better than the day of birth. It's reminding us that in this life you will have troubles, hardship, broken heart, a crushed spirit. That's all just part of life. And when you go through that, sometimes it is better to be dead, as he says there. Better the day of death than the day of birth. You guys can feel that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are times when it just is hard, but we don't practice that. We're not going to practice that. We just understand that there are times when you think, wow, it would have been better if I was just never born. I think the older we get, when we talk about death, it becomes more serious because we feel that I'm starting to see my health, my body. It's not like the way it was when I was in my 30s. And I didn't want to die when I was in my 30s. I enjoyed life in that sense. But the older we get, the more we realize I can die any day. And if you can die any day and you're prepared for that, then to you, it's not bad. It's actually a good day because you'll be with the Lord. So that's our take on this. Chapter 7, verse 1. Anybody else want to add to that as we meditate on Ecclesiastes 7:1? Is that shocking to you that it's better, the day of death is better than the day of birth? Is that shocking that you're finding that in the Bible?
No.
No? Well, then you're familiar with Ecclesiastes then.
Yeah.
Job felt that way at one time
Hmm.
because of all the suffering he was facing.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any thoughts before we go to the next verse? Verse 2. Go ahead.
It is better to go to a house of mourning than to go to a house of feasting, for that is the destiny of everyone. The living should take this to heart.
Wow. You really want to be wise. You really want to know what life is all about. Think about death more often. Better to go to a house of mourning. I've been to a couple of funerals of my friends, and it's telling me it's better to go there than to go to a house full of feasting and partying.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're all going to face death. We know we're all going to die. It's good to prepare for that. Spiritually, for starters, it's good to prepare for that. So here again, reinforcing the idea of look at death in a healthy way. Anybody else have any thoughts about this shocking verse that it's better to go to a house of mourning? Somebody just died and you're going there, and in the back of your mind is saying it's better to be here than to go to a party where everybody's having a good time. Okay. Sobering, but it's the word of God that is intended to give us wisdom and perspective. Let's go to the next verse.
Frustration is better than laughter, because a sad face is good for the heart.
That's verse 3.
Yes, Pastor.
Sorrow is better than laughter.
Then for sadness.
Very sad and depressing, isn't it? And he's saying it's good. Sorrow is good for you. Don't try to run away from it or avoid it. It's actually better than laughter. Because a sad face is good for the heart. I never thought about it. Having a sad face is good for the heart. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. That's verse 4. But the heart of fools is in the house of pleasure. And then verse 5. Go ahead, baby Catherine.
It is better to heed the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to the song of fools.
In this day and age, people don't want to be rebuked. That's
Oh, yes.
experience. Don't correct me. I don't want to be corrected. And if you do correct me, especially where it's coming from a pastor or somebody in authority. When you correct me, oh, I hate it. And no, it's better to take it in. Take in this rebuke. Take in the correction. Take it in. Instead of resisting it, canceling you. I don't ever want to talk to you again because of the way you corrected me. Rebuke is a harsh correction. I'd rather listen to the song of fools. Just enjoy the pleasures and the foolishness that makes me want to laugh. That's all I care about. No. It's better to take in when somebody harshly rebukes you, corrects you. harshly corrects you or rebukes you. It's better. Which then you got to examine your heart. Are you able to handle that? Are you able to take it in when you're being corrected in such a harsh way? Are you able to take it in? Are you able to say, I need to really think about what they said in correcting me, and what can I do to heed, listen to what they're saying and putting it into practice? And maybe in cases you might not want to hear it at first. Don't tell me don't tell me that. I don't want to hear it. But if you stop and say, let me give it a second thought. Maybe I should really take it to heart. Maybe I should heed that correction, that rebuke. It's better than to say, I don't ever want to hear it. Play some real good music on the radio, and I'll start listening to my music instead. My music is more important. No, it's not. Correction is better. Taking heed to a wise man's rebuke. A wise man's rebuke, not a foolish man's rebuke. If your friends are foolish and they rebuke you, what did they really add to your life? You want to pay attention to the wise person that you respect, honor, and have them correct you harshly, rebuke you. They have something to say. They have something to add to your life. Anybody else have any thoughts about that verse? Okay. We got a couple more verses to cover, but there's a lot in Ecclesiastes. How about 7:8?
Okay, Pastor Bert. Extortion turns a wise person into a fool, and a bribe corrupts the heart. The end of a matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride.
So, chapter 7, verse 8, the end of the matter is better than its beginning, and patience is better than pride.
I'm sorry.
So, the first part is the end of a matter is better than its beginning. Are you the kind of person who starts really well? Let's say you have a project, you start off really well, but you never finish it. Guilty?
Yeah.
I'm guilty. And here the emphasis is finishing it, the end of a matter. So think along the lines of finishing something as opposed to just starting it and never finish it. And then patience is better than pride. And I think when you put the two together, finishing the matter or ending the matter takes some patience. I think it's easier to give up when there's an obstacle in your way of a project as compared to being patient, keep going, keep persevering, stay persistent until you get the job done at the end of the matter than the beginning of a matter. Mm-hmm. Anybody else have any thoughts about, you want to read your verse, Ophelia? How does yours say it?
What verse, Pastor?
7:8. Chapter 7:8.
Okay. Finishing is better than starting. Patient is better than pride.
Wow, that's interesting that patience is better than pride. Maybe you take pride in the fact you're just starting a new project,
Mm-hmm.
but you never finish it.
And then you never finish it.
So something to learn from, wisdom to gain. Tough Tuesday on a Thursday. Okay, let's go to the next verse. And if you guys have any other thoughts to contribute, feel free to share.
Control your temper.
Okay, let's go to 7:10.
Do not say, why were the old days better than this? for it is not wise to ask such question.
Ha! Remember the good old days? Why were the good old days better than today? Man, I love the good old days. I love the way the days were back then. And on you go. And what is it saying when you talk that way, or you think that way, or that's the way your attitude is? What does it say? What does it say?
For
For
it is
me,
wise.
it's not wise.
Yeah, it's not wise to ask these questions.
Yeah. So you better put a stop.
Mhm.
Stop thinking that way. Don't start, don't keep thinking about, oh, those are the good old days. Why are the good old days? Why were the
But
old days so much better than these days?
but some people like to discuss the war, the Japanese war, especially the old people in our country, in the Philippines.
Yeah, but those weren't the good old days, were they?
It's not the good old days because it's a war.
Yeah,
you know.
but remember the text is saying, why were the old days better than these?
Mm-hmm.
So don't reminisce about the past,
Yeah.
the old days when it was so much better than today. And it's
Yeah, they compare it with the economy.
so
It's
it's saying, yeah, so it's saying don't ask. It's not wise for you to ask such questions.
wow.
So every time you're tempted to think about how much better it was in the old days,
Mm-hmm. Stop.
basically saying here, stop asking questions like that. Don't think like that.
Oh, wow.
I think there's a song. Those were the good old days. What is it? These are the good old days. So this idea that these are the good old days. Stop looking at the good old days back then. Today are the good days, the good old days, if you want to put it in those terms. You heard of that song? These are the good old days. Anyway, I think Carly Simon sang it.
But sometimes, Pastor, you want to know the life of your parents. How are they doing during their time?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just saying here, do not say, why were the old days better than these? Comparing the old days as better than today. Right?
Yeah, I guess when it comes to money, I think the equivalent of the money before is better than right now because before it's cheaper
Yeah. And
to
it's
buy
telling you not
things.
to, I mean, you can say that about everything in life, but
Yeah.
he's saying don't think that way. It's not wise.
Okay.
As if to say, deal with the present days and appreciate the present days instead. Okay,
Wow.
let's go on to the next one and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's go to 8:12.
12. Although a wicked person who commits 100 crimes may live a long time, I know that it will go better with those who fear God, who are reverent before Him.
Okay, so when you're dealing with crime and you're dealing with a wicked person who commits 100 crimes and yet they live a long life.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
ever seen that? Somebody who lives a long life but
Yeah.
guilty of committing many crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says,
Mm-hmm.
I know that it will go better with God-fearing men who are reverent before God. It's looking at this world with a view that the evil people who don't
Yeah.
respect God, they could live a long time and get away with their crimes. That happens in life. But what's better than that is a person who has the fear of the Lord and has respect for God, with God-fearing men. So you're a person who walks in the fear of the Lord and respect God. You're better off living that way as opposed to living a life that does not have any respect or have any honor towards God.
Mm-hmm.
It's a constant theme, right? This is a repeated theme. Better to live with a knowledge and awareness of God than to be a person who doesn't care about God. I don't know about you, but as I live my life, do you ever have thoughts of temptation to steal or do something wrong? Yes. And if you do, aren't you glad because of God you don't act on it? At least most of the time, you don't act on those thoughts.
I agree.
And you're better off because you're not acting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Holy Spirit reminds us,
Right.
Of course. And then
don't engage in the gossip,
Yeah. And then the Holy Spirit gives you self-control.
Yeah.
So you're being given the choice or to see which is better for you. And that's pretty much the constant theme of why we did a word search on better. And we still have a few more to go in Ecclesiastes, but we're out of time. So we might have to continue this tomorrow.
Yeah.
In the book of Ecclesiastes. Now remember, we went through the book of Psalms, we went through the book of Proverbs, and we're spending a lot of time in Ecclesiastes too. Which is better?
It's good. We learn a lot.
Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Because it helps us to get into other books that I wouldn't necessarily lean on,
Sure.
Like Ecclesiastes.
Yeah. And being able to just focus on that one word and how it's used.
Yeah.
Through those 3 books.
That's another, yeah, for sure.
A big picture and a good grasp of what is it all about when we're being taught to see which is better between 2 things. So good. All right, class. We're going to wrap it up. Who would like to close?